but this time I'm recording. I still have not split the track out. I got to do that. That's on my plans for this week.
Are you calling yourself fat?
Okay, one. That's one. And two, no, we're going to talk about this sweatshirt that I'm wearing in just a minute.
You're giving yourself one.
No, but you swinging at the start of the podcast with a one. I don't know how many. Dupe-de-dupes. I don't know how many. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. It's All Fish and Chips, the podcast. This is episode 94. I'm doing that from memory. Hopefully I'm correct. And my name is Thor. Welcome to the podcast. Sitting directly across from me, working on his onboarding paperwork rather than the podcast because he don't care no more. It's Bubby.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to all of our Mexican friends.
We're going to get to that. It's Cinco de Mayo. And then live in studio, living her best life, we got Amanda.
I'm already disappointed.
Oh, why are you already disappointed?
I was promised friend Scott and a real life Australian.
Yes.
True.
For like 3 weeks now, you've been promising that.
So we missed it at Disco Dance Party because Disco Murder Mystery last week.
Yep.
I forget what was the week before but he was off doing something. And this week they are out celebrating Cinco de Mayo. But he has the Tim Tams. I will be providing the coffee from work. And well, do you want your other choice is I can get some Senka and make some flavor crystals, instant coffee here at the house. But he is still on the calendar, he says. So he will eventually be showing up.
Don't believe it.
Yeah. He's much like Tyler. I wouldn't either. No Tyler this week. Tyler is playing in a charity golf tournament right now and probably not doing very well. So, but it's a nice day for it. So
you said charity, but I was thinking celebrity, and I was like, Tyler's no celebrity.
He's in a celebrity. Yes, he is. He's a celebrity from this podcast, Bubby.
All right.
And they called us up and said, "Hey, we're doing a celebrity golf tournament. We need your biggest celebrity," and we sent them Tyler as a joke. So episode 94, we're getting so close to 100. Maybe that's when the Tim Tam Slam happens. I don't know. We'll find out.
Not waiting that long.
Amanda's already given up.
I'll bring my own Tim Tams in.
There we go. That's what we should do. And then when he shows up with his, we're like, been there, done that, buddy. We already did this. You just couldn't make it on time.
Mix it with a Malort.
Drink. Everybody drink. So traffic and weather on the 8th. It's been cool. It's been lovely. The rain has stopped for a little bit. It's coming back
till tomorrow
night, but it's been dry enough to get the grass mowed and all that stuff.
Yep, did mine this weekend.
69 degrees out there today. Haha, funny number. And
it was 76.
Oh, snap. It was 76 today. They said 69 this morning. That's why.
I think
they're wrong.
At some point. I hit that at some
point. It was at some point we blew past that number on the way to 76.
This morning on my way to work.
I'm going to jump right in and explain the sweatshirt that I'm wearing.
Okay.
And my note in the podcast.
I already know what it's about, but go ahead.
What do you know?
You're calling yourself a giant bomb.
Yeah, I am a giant bomb. No. So the Giant Bomb is a podcast that I listen to. They just finished their 888th episode.
What?
Yep, that's a lot of episodes. I've been listening from pretty much the beginning. It's part of my weekly routine.
They're calling you a giant bomb.
And they're calling me a giant bomb. No, they have folded up and shut down.
Oh.
Unexpectedly. They were
they once a week?
They were once a week, every week. 888 episodes. They've been going for quite some time.
That's a lot.
For like 16 years.
Yeah, something like that. And they had been bought by they were one company, and then they were bought out by another company, and then they were bought out by another company, and now this third company that's bought them out has just apparently shit the bed, and they've either all been fired or quit. So I don't like change, as we've well established. I don't enjoy change, and this is a big one for me. I found out this morning, and it was rough getting up and going to work today because I was like, this has been a part of my life for a very long time, and now it is just gone.
I got one you can listen to.
Just start it over.
Just start over from the beginning.
It's called All Fish and Chips.
It's all fish and chips.
All right. Try that one.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning. It's a little topical is the problem with starting from the beginning and just listening over again. Since they talk about recent games, so I would go back to listening about games.
You'll be
on,
like, "Aw,
PlayStation
man,
1.
That's a classic."
I don't even remember. What game is that? And then you look it up, you're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of polygons right there. I'm a bit in mourning. This is like The Simpsons all over again. They did it to me a second time. They've taken something I like, and it's been in my life a long time, and they just said, no more for you.
That's what happens when you're an older person in the world. All things get old with you, and then they
die
away.
And then everybody dies. And then you're the last one left standing until you die.
Yeah.
That's something to look forward to, kids. So if you're at home and you're having an existential crisis, enjoy this little addition to it, because I'm going to miss the Giant Bomb cast. There's sirens. Things are going. The place is on fire. I don't know what to tell you, Bubby. It's the new world we live in. But I just wanted to give them a shout out here at the end. Yeah, you guys should check out this podcast. It's a phenomenon, and it's gone. So there we go.
Well, the recordings are still out there, right, to listen to?
For now, they went ahead. The fans and the community at Giant Bomb has gone ahead. They also had a lot of videos and stuff. So it was the podcast had been the original thing. They were doing the podcast forever and ever and ever, and then they branched out and they do short form video, long form video, all kinds of stuff. So they've archived all that. They have everything that they've put up except for one episode, which apparently they aired live, and then the recording corrupted, so nobody has a copy of that final that one episode, but they're looking for it, hoping somebody out there might have it. I don't have it. I don't record that kind of stuff. But
after this podcast, or maybe during it, I'm changing your name in my phone to Corrupt GP.
Okay,
GB, not
GB,
GB,
Corrupt GB,
Corrupt GB,
and I'm going to enjoy because I don't call you that much. So the next time I do call you, you go, "The hell is this?" And you will not remember who it is.
I will.
Who's GB?
Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb. Come on, Bubby.
No, I'm just saying that's what she would say.
Oh.
So there are several numbers in my phone that I have code for that I do not remember who these people are anymore.
I have code for.
All right. By the way, thank you so much for spreading my nickname around at my work.
Okay. In my defense, I haven't called you anything other than that in. What is it? Going on 15 years now, probably?
Well, it's picked up this last time you visited.
Oh.
And now, even the new employee, the new worship minister today tells me he has me saved in his phone as Bubby.
Nice.
That's what you say. But my name's Mike.
My name's Mike.
And I come to work.
I actually said that today.
I come to work.
I didn't say that today.
I still use Bubby's name at any restaurant that we go to if they ask for my name. Well, they had never asked for my name. They always say, "What's a good name?"
Yeah.
And I always go, "Mike. Mike's a good name," and they always write it down. So you're welcome for that, Bubby. And if you ever see Bubby out in public, make sure you call him Bubby and not Mike, because that's not what he wants to be called. He wants to be called Bubby, no matter what he says.
I have restarted watching a show that was on started a while ago, and a lot of stuff happened in it, and now the latest season's out.
Okay.
And so I was like, I need to go back and watch because I don't remember all the things that have happened.
Okay.
And first off, it's terrifying. Second,
what's terrifying?
The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No, that just gets more topical every day.
I know. It's
like the movie Idiocracy. Like it's just more and more the future.
I think I'm just watching the news. I think
a little bit.
The wrong thing.
A little bit.
But I forgot, and I just watched like the past few episodes that there's a character that's introduced. And it's a serious character. Like, there's no, like, fun characters in this show. Mm-hmm. But it's a very serious character. But it's the guy that played the young father in Raising Hope.
Okay.
And so when I see that guy come on there, I can't take him serious.
Now, the young father?
Yeah. Not the one married to Virginia, but the one that had the Hope.
Bert.
But, yeah. What? It's not Bert.
I'm almost 100% it's Bert. All right, now I'm going to look. You keep talking.
I think Bert's the dad.
Okay, so the son, their son who married the the cashier girl. Yeah.
But anyway, he plays a serious person.
I could not. That would upset me if I saw that young gentleman.
I was like, why are you?
We're going to call him out here in a second.
It was really weird. I didn't like it.
I remember Raising Hope.
I loved Raising Hope because it was a spinoff. Lucas Neff is his name. He was Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Because Jimmy could play the piano. I loved Raising Hope because it was a spinoff or a show adjacent to My Name is Earl.
Right.
Adjacent,
yes.
Yeah.
Show adjacent. And I enjoyed that because I loved My Name is Earl.
Yeah.
All right. So Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because the latest season's coming out.
It's out. And
Okay.
I'm not totally like back to ready to start the new season. And I'm glad I went back and watched things. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about 90% of this.
Yeah, we usually do like a YouTube, like a 30-minute recap on YouTube of like a show that we've been watching.
I'm not sure how they fit all of the things in this show in the episodes of the show.
Okay.
There's so much that happens.
So you got to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
How many seasons are there? Because I've never seen it.
I think 6. I think the one that's out, the newest one is season 6.
Now, Bubby, we're prepare. You know about Handmaid's Tale? Do you know what the show is about?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to ruin anything.
I'm a little afraid of what Bubby would think of it.
I'm just going to say this show is heavy, Bubby. This is a meaty show.
Yeah.
This is a serious show, and you're not going to feel good at the end of any season of this show
Or any episode.
Like if you're going to, I encourage you to watch the show. Yeah. The show is very well made. It is not a funsy show. This is not My Name is Earl. This is not Big Bang Theory.
No lighthearted
at all. And the more we go into the dystopian future that we are currently traveling in, the more this show stops being fiction and starts being reality.
Yeah. When I went back and watched, when I started the first season, I had to take several breaks. So I was like, I feel like this is a history book from the future.
Right. They've sent it back to us like, hey, y'all may want to watch this because,
You need to take some notes.
Have you ever gotten mad enough at either a show or a book or something like that you just pieced out and never went back ever?
Yeah.
Okay. I've done it. I've done it with books, especially.
Yeah.
Especially when I can see what's about to occur. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to kill the dog. Nope. Thank you. I'm done. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and leave while the dog is still alive.
Yeah. If there's a book with a dog on the cover, or if it mentions a dog in like the synopsis on the back,
right,
you can keep that book.
Yeah,
I'm getting that
because you
mentioned the dog for a reason, and it's because you want me to love the dog,
right?
And then either something happens to the dog, or all the people that the dog loves die.
Right, you're just gonna yank that tablecloth right out from under me.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
100%. Fry's dog. If you ever seen the episode, that's the only episode of that show I can never watch again. No. Even though they went back and fixed it, does not matter. They did it to me to begin with. That's Futurama, if you're playing along, Bubby.
I'm too old. I'm Old Yeller, so.
Oh, okay. No. That's Bubby's reference point is Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Yeah. In school, we had to read Old Yeller, and then we had to read.
I was about to ask.
Where the Red Fern Grows.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, after Old Yeller, I was like, I'm not reading this one. It has dogs. I'm not reading it. You did it to me once.
Not as bad, but still not great.
Right? I didn't read it.
Yeah, Bubby, did they make you read that book and or watch that movie?
Yes.
I think we had to do both.
Yeah, I think we had to do both. Yeah. Man, they used to traumatize the crap out of kids, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, here, watch this Disney movie. This will be fun for you. And you're like, okay. Oh, look, a dog. I love a dog. That boy loves a dog. What the what? That's how that movie goes.
Yeah.
I think if a book was traumatizing as a child, they're like, oh, we should teach this to all children.
Right. And let's give it that, whatever that gold seal award is that's on in front of all them books that traumatized you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of that one, but I'm sure somebody in the audience will write in and let me know how stupid I am. But yeah, all them books had the same like gold. I think it had like a bell on it, maybe.
There were a couple different awards, but they all had
that big gold sticker that they put on the front of the book because it was an award-winning book, and you read it and you knew you were in trouble because even like To Kill a Mockingbird or Outsiders, any of those, you're still a bit traumatized by them books. Yeah. It's never just like easy. It's never like, they don't put Judy Blume books in that list of things. No Super Fudge. You know what I'm saying? You don't got any of those, but no Ramona Beasley books are included in that fucking category. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it's where the red ferns grow and flowers in the attic and just all that just terrible trauma from my childhood that they made you read. And they're like, these are good. You should read these.
There's a book that it was almost a book that I was like, I hate you. You can die.
Okay.
But it's called All the Light We Cannot See.
Okay.
And they made it into a movie. And when it came out, they were making it into a movie. I was like, oh, I should probably finish that book, I guess. But it got to a point, not very far into the book. There was a lot of book left, but it got to a point and I saw like the path that we were going to take.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to. I like these people and I like this book, but I don't think I can do it. But I eventually finished it and it turned out all right.
They didn't go the way that you thought they were going to go?
No, not quite. It totally took that path, but it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be.
There's a TV Rebel Moon is the name of the first of these two movies that were I think originally supposed to be Star Wars movies, but then like whoever was directing it didn't have the rights or couldn't get the rights, so he made these movies like Star Wars adjacent. And the first season of that, there's an episode where I was like, I know exactly where we're going, and I do not wish to be a member of this on this boat. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this boat right over and get off, and you guys can keep on. And then they put out a second season, and everyone's like, this is so awesome. And I'm like, I know where that episode goes, and I don't think I'm going there with you. Sorry, kids.
Yeah.
So
I also did that with The Hunger Games, the first book.
Oh.
Like I got to the end of it.
Right.
And I was like, this is a love story.
It is ish.
Yeah.
Enough that I was like, she's making a dumb decision because of a boy.
Yeah.
And I just was like, this book can go to hell.
Did you finish it or no?
No.
Okay. Spoilers.
I ended up watching the movie at the end. I think at least the next movie, like the first two movies, and I was like, this is not any better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, but spoilers, kids. If you have not for some reason already done the Hunger Games and you're listening to this podcast, go ahead and just skip forward a little bit. She doesn't love that boy. Not even a little bit does she love that boy. She loves that other boy.
Yeah.
But she had to save the tiny boy and make him not die. But she doesn't love that boy.
Yeah. I watched the first two movies and that was about it.
Oh, you didn't watch the rest of them?
I haven't seen any more. No.
The last one's pretty good of the main series, and then the new one, Song of Snakes and Spiders, and I don't like spiders and snakes.
Is it a movie or is it just a book?
It's both.
Oh.
So it's a prequel.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know they had a movie already.
Yeah, they got the movie for it as well. And it's pretty good, but it's got nothing to do with. I mean, it's very little to do with. I mean, it's like where the mean guy from the main books comes from, basically.
Yeah.
And he takes a hard turn in that movie too. You like it was going to be a love story, then it turned out not to be a love story. Even a little bit spoilers. Again, if you haven't listened to that, whatever. Kick rocks. It's been a while.
So I go through a lot of books.
A
lot of mostly listening to books.
That's the way to do it.
Which counts as reading.
No, that's 100% counts.
But and anytime Audible has its like 2-for-1 sale, I'm just like, that book looks good. That book looks good. Yep. That book looks good.
My
Rated
wife,
higher, I'll just go for it. But
do you do the Amazon like book club thingy they got where you can get like the first of every book, but they won't give you the rest of the books?
No.
You don't like
I would
Amazon.
hate that.
You don't like Amazon.
I don't. Audible is Amazon, but so I'll just pick books. And I picked one that was interesting, and so I started listening to it. And I listened like all the way through. Mostly. Like towards the end I was like, this sounds really familiar. Like the story is very similar to another story.
Okay.
And then finally at the end I like put it all together, but it was, which I didn't even know. Like I don't pay attention to books. I just read them.
Right.
Like, I don't know what's coming out when or anything like that. I just read them. And it was like a sequel, kind of. It follows, it's a sequel to The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Okay. I've heard of.
You have heard of?
I've heard of. I have not read.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
But it's like follows the same story, like timeline, but just from a different point of view.
Gotcha. So it's the same. Yeah, it's set in the same universe. It's happening adjacent to the other one, but not. That's like the 5th time I've said adjacent, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's not that first one.
Yeah.
There's
traumatizing.
There's a Ryan Reynolds movie that we have now watched twice.
He can go to hell.
Deadpool.
No, it's he's like a rich billionaire dude, fakes his own death so he can like hire a bunch of ragtag people and get them together, and then they're gonna fight bad guys like
Sounds
secretly.
Like Deadpool.
It's kind of like Deadpool. I've watched that movie twice now, almost a third time because I cannot remember anything that happens in that movie. And I paid attention at least one of those times. And the second time we were watching it, we got about 2/3 of the way through, and I went, I'm pretty sure we've seen this movie. And my wife was like, I think we have 2, but I don't remember it. And so we finished out the movie. And then like a couple months later, I pull it up again, and I started. I go, nope, this is that same damn movie that I've already watched twice, and I don't know what happens. So that's a very forgettable movie. And apparently Amanda thinks Ryan Reynolds
I don't like
go to hell.
Reynolds. Oh my gosh, especially in those Mint Mobile commercials. I'm like, oh, you're sponsored by Mint?
No, he owns
He
Mint.
owns Mint.
I know, not him, but if something I'm watching or listening to is sponsored by Mint, I'm like,
No.
You automatically-
I made a mistake. This is not for me.
You automatically think this is less than.
Yeah.
Mine is like if you see like a lawyer ad or one of those 877 cash dials, then you know you're in trouble. You're on the wrong station. You need to change stations. Not movies, but
Yeah.
but that's how I feel. Ryan Reynolds, I can give or take. He's fine, I guess. I don't hate him. I'm not against him. Him and Hugh Jackman. I'm kind of the same way with Hugh Jackman. He's fine, but I don't like. I'm not gonna go out of my way to punch Hugh Jackman in the face. But if he's right there,
Oh, I'd punch them both. I'd punch them with each other's fists.
now, Bubby, as a founding member of both of their fan clubs, how do you feel about both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman?
I like Ryan Reynolds. Hugh Jackman's okay, but I like when he was in the earlier movies, Vanderpool or
Van Wilder?
Van Wilder. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I said pool. Van Wilder.
Here's a fun fact that I did not know until like a week or so ago. The Van Wilder movie. Do you know the comedian? Wow. Did you hear me say the word comedian?
Comedian.
Yeah.
Comedian. You know the comedian Bert Kreischer? He's the one that's always got a shirt off, kind of a fat dude.
Yes.
Okay. That movie is based on him
Oh no, I did
and
not
his
know
college
that.
career.
No, I did not know that.
I did not either until I saw him like doing a little snippety interview, and he's like, "Yeah, that movie's based on my life." And he goes, "I've never seen it, but it's 100%." They I guess they had optioned the rights, and then somebody else optioned the rights, and then back and forth. And he goes, "Yeah, they made that movie. I got a bunch of money off it, but I've never seen it."
I haven't seen that movie either.
It's funny.
College student,
Hijinks. Yeah.
It's Animal House, but not. It's actually
Haven't
National
seen
Lampoon,
that.
so it is
National
Animal House,
Lampoon, yeah.
but not as good. So
I haven't seen that either.
National Lampoon makes a lot of crap movies, and then every once in a while they'll stumble into a good one.
Yeah.
So, but Handmaid's Tale, you're gonna get through it. You're gonna watch the next season. You're gonna be emotionally scarred and traumatized. Is it worth the effort?
I'm just taking notes. I think it's a good study for
There you go.
any female in the world.
Yeah. I would agree with that probably at this point in time. My wife wants to start rewatching a series with me that she has been pushing for here for the last month or so. She wants to start Supernatural from the beginning.
Oh.
And I was like, that thing is like 18 seasons
It has a
long.
lot of seasons. And some of them are really bad.
And like 22 episodes a season.
Yeah.
This is not an 8-episode season. This is like we're going places and we're gonna do a bunch of things, and some of it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, as someone who's watched, I think all but half, like 1.5 seasons, because I couldn't finish one because it was so bad.
Right.
It's all right. You
Yeah.
can watch the first couple and you'll be like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, no, I've caught episodes
Yeah.
as we go. I know the Winchester, I know Dean and his brother there, and the car, and the majority of the characters I have a familiarity to.
Mm-hmm.
Much like a The Blacklist. You know the TV show The Blacklist. She used to be big into that.
Yeah.
And I know what's going on in that show now more through TikTok because they trick me into like the 4-minute little mini episode, and I'm like, I'll watch a little bit of this. Okay, that and lawyer shows get me all the time on the TikTok.
Nice.
I'll watch a 4-minute this is part, and then you go to all right, let's see what happens on. And of course, the next part is not on their TikTok in any way. They've tricked me 100%.
Yeah.
But so I have a familiarity, a fairly solid familiarity with that show, but I don't think I could do 18 seasons or whatever the hell it is. It's so long.
My dog is named for one of the brothers.
Yeah. Is that your doing or a sister's doing?
He came with a name that was from the show, and then the name I wanted to name him was from something else.
Beelzebub.
No, the name that I wanted to give him just happened to also follow that.
Gotcha.
But wasn't really my intention.
Gotcha.
His name he came with was Moose.
Oh, okay.
And we named him Sam.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
I just like that dog's name was Moose. That's a good name for that dog.
Yeah. He's not a moose, though.
No.
He's a Sam.
I believe that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bubby, what's a show that you think we should start from the beginning? Desert Island, Bubby.
Since you mentioned lawyer shows, I was going to suggest you watch the new Matlock.
Oh shit! With what's her name, Kathy Bates?
Yeah,
I've watched a lot of little clips of Kathy Bates in that show. I'm going to be real honest with you.
It's not bad.
It's Matlock, but with that lady instead of Andy Griffith. But for everything I watched, it's just Matlock.
Yeah, but she's not really Matlock, so.
But she is though.
She stole the name.
No, but I'm saying that character is basically, like charming old person who comes in and solves it's Murder, She Wrote.
You need to watch the episode. That's not
okay, because that's all I get from the TikTokies.
Yeah, that is not what it's about.
All right.
Her name is not Matlock. She stole it. She's not even really a lawyer, but that's all I'm going to say.
Shenanigans afoot.
You need to watch the episode.
Okay, is that so? Desert Island show. Okay, you can watch it as many times as you want from the beginning. What's the show you're going with?
Old or new?
Any show you want. But this is the one show that comes in on the TV on your island. And they're going to be looping it. So they just play all the episodes in order and then they just start over. What's Bubby's go-to here? Because you can go a couple ways here. You can go an old favorite, something you haven't seen, or something that just got a lot of episodes. I think those are your options here.
I don't really have a favorite. I just like watching a lot of shows.
Well, you're gonna hate this experience.
Yeah, because this one show just forever.
Yeah, that would.
Better than one movie forever, though.
That would drive me nuts. Lots of things come to mind.
You just got to say one of them, Bubby. God.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay, that's a choice. It's not the one I thought. I did not. If I had the entirety of all time to guess what you were going to pick there, the Dukes of Hazzard was not going to come out of my mouth.
But knowing I'm an old guy, so.
All right. Amanda, you got to, besides the obvious one, you got a show? Or is it just going with the obvious one?
I don't know. I would probably last minute have to do a coin toss between the middle or the Golden Girls.
Okay. I had one answer here, which is start Days of Our Lives from the beginning or something like that.
Oh gosh, that would be awful.
Which is 60 bajillion episodes, because you're never going to hit a repeat at that point. But I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could get invested in, especially because that starts in the 50s.
Yeah. I
could not get invested in 1950s, because I'm already not interested whenever the show gets to the interpersonal drama of something. That's what happened with The Walking Dead. I was good with zombies. Zombies were awesome. I was in 100% with zombies. And then we got sad because some guy was with some other guy's wife. This is season 1. And this guy's sad because he's sleeping with this guy's wife, but she thought he was dead and all this. And I went, and I just turned it off and I never went back.
More like a soap opera than you thought.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be cool fighting zombies and trying to survive. And,
There's a lot of that.
there's some of that. There's not a ton of that.
I've watched several seasons of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of this bad guy comes along and now we're all mad at this bad guy. And it has nothing to do with zombies. He's got like zombies on a leash and he's like, I'm going to sick these zombies on you. But
The problem is there's a lot of spin-off shows.
yeah,
Of-
they got like two
of
or three.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just can't keep up with them. I want to see them, but I haven't watched any of them.
So I could say probably Big Bang would be in my top like 3 shows that I could just watch ad nauseum just because.
Maybe
MASH also up there, except for like the 4 special episodes that I can't watch of MASH. The one from the patient's perspective with a countdown clock I don't like. And then the end gets real dark for a little bit where that lady kills a baby and we think it's a chicken, but then it's a baby. Spoilers for MASH if you're not caught up on MASH.
right.
But I could watch something like that. Modern day, it's probably. Oh, you know what the correct answer is? I know what my correct answer is. It's The Simpsons. There's like 20 seasons.
Yeah.
True.
I don't mind a Simpsons episode. Even like first season's gonna be rough. Let's be very honest. First season of The Simpsons is gonna be very rough to get through because nobody sounds right, nobody looks right. But after that, I think I'm golden. And I'll watch them up to now. I don't care. Some people checked out, but I'm like, yeah, these are still pretty funny. All things considered. So
And they predict the future.
and they predict the future.
What would be
Sometimes.
the one that like would be torturous? Like if someone really hated you, they'd put you on a deserted island and make you watch this.
Heroes.
Heroes.
You ever watched Heroes?
No.
Yes.
Okay, the bad guy in Heroes, I hated so much.
That's the point.
And he kept not dying. Like they would get him, and this was going to be the end. They'd fight, and then he'd get, oh, son of a. And like 2.5 seasons of this shenanigans, I was mad the entire time. The concept, the premise was great. Every time he wasn't on screen was great, but the second he showed up, and it's the what's that dude's name? He's Spock in the new Star Trek movies. Quentin, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Right? Is that his name? I think it is.
I hated him so much. He was so good as the bad guy, and I just hated him so much. He's like Joffrey in Game of Thrones. I just wanted him to die, and they wouldn't do it. And then they tried to do like a good guy, a face turn, and then he turned heel again, and I was so mad. So that's the one that if you made me watch that show, I'd just be angry the whole time.
Yeah.
What about you?
Friends.
Oh, easily. Okay.
I hate Friends.
Friends is a terrible show. Okay, hot take, kids. Friends is a terrible show. Like, it's unrewatchable. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, every time you watch it, you're like, oh, this is just so much schmaltz. And if you took the laugh track away from it, it would be so much worse.
Yeah. But the laugh track is so bad, too.
Yeah.
I think, so there's sometimes when I like stay in a hotel room and they don't have like Golden Girls for me to watch, or even like Big Bang Theory is not an option.
Right.
I'm like, Friends is really the only thing.
Just
not gonna like that I can like tune out enough to like
go
not
to sleep.
pay attention.
Just go to sleep. It's
Yeah.
better. What about you, Bubby? What do you got? What show if they put it on, you're going to be mad about?
I don't know.
There's no show out there that like upsets you.
Not really.
That'd be so easy going.
I mean, there's shows I don't like that I don't watch, like soap operas and
right.
those.
We're
type
talking about a
of
show though that like you when it comes on, you're like, nope, and just next. No, thank you, please. Bubby's got nothing.
I just
Bubby doesn't disagree with anything or anyone in this world.
Guess not.
Everything is all right by Bubby.
I don't think that's true, but
He'll think of something eventually.
probably.
He'll text it to us later. I remember the show that I was mad about. I just now was the first time I checked to see if the show was recording, by the way. We are 34 minutes in, and I just looked down and went, oh, and I was like, okay, we're good. Still going. Yeah, so I don't,
Things like that don't bother me.
I'm mad about Heroes again.
Yeah.
There was so much potential in that show, and they just ruined it. Game of Thrones last season also up there. Up until that point, I was chugging along. You know,
I maybe watched
it's a lot.
maybe 2 seasons, maybe.
Don't get invested in nobody. That's my advice if you're going to watch Game of Thrones. Just don't get invested in anybody. Nobody No, but don't fall in love. Don't think this is a great character. Don't nothing. Just be along for the ride. That's all. That's the only way you can survive Game of Thrones.
You know why I had to quit watching Game of Thrones?
Huh?
Because I couldn't figure out when and where we were.
Oh, it's impossible to know where you are unless you are at the wall. Okay, that big giant black wall with the zombie people on the one side and everybody else on the other side.
Well, and like I wanted like a map so I could see, because I'm like, wait, what is the climate? Why is it this climate here and this climate here?
Right. Why is this one a jungle?
To me. And I was like, how are they drinking out of glasses?
Oh,
They don't have any other glass.
No windows.
No.
And
I was
jars.
And I was like, what time period are we in? And my sister's like,
fantasy times.
you just gotta let that go. And I was like, I cannot.
I
cannot watch this.
Were
anymore.
they big into the Game of Thrones?
I don't think so.
Okay. I read the books until I ran out of books because he still hasn't finished the books. Many years later. We've been watching Wheel of Time, which is really good, and
Sounds awful.
very nervous that they're going to cancel it before they get through with it. Because it's
the Wheel of Time; it's never ending.
That's kind of the bit there. You just come back around and do the life over again.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
You don't believe in reincarnations?
I do, but I can't watch it.
I can't watch it. The cycle of life and then the rebirth and reincarnation. I like the concept, but I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
And Amanda, you were watching. What's the?
I'm so interested in
show
what's
that
about to come out of his mouth.
That we talked about a couple weeks ago. Extracted.
No, I was not watching that.
Love is Blind.
I watched Love is Blind.
We talked about that.
I watched. What is it called? Outlast. And I watched Alone.
Oh, let me tell you what.
I love both of those.
I get heavy into a season of Alone, but
so good.
At the end of that season, it's rough. You're just like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, or please die so that other girl can.
I know
win.
that's what I'm like. Can you get out? Can you get out?
Yeah,
Just
and it's always
go
the
home.
one you don't
Give up.
like.
Give up.
It's always the one you don't like.
Not always, but
I always pick one at the very beginning. I'm like, you're my ride or die.
Yeah.
And inevitably, they are mid-season at best.
yeah, I usually have a person.
You ever
I
watch
either pick a person and I'm like, yeah, I want you to make it. Or there's some people I'm like, I think you'll make it, but I really want this person to make it.
Right. It's whoever kills the biggest animal, I feel like, most of the time.
Usually.
If you can get you a moose, you're going to win every time, Bubby.
Sometimes
lot of
there's people
protein.
that take like, I think there was one season I watched where someone never made fire. They didn't last very long, but they never got a fire started. And I was like,
You ever watch the show, Bubby,
die.
Alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen one episode of it. Yeah.
One episode.
I know what it's about.
Okay. You don't, but all right.
yeah, how can you?
One of my favorite seasons
Survivals.
was the dude who was like hiking to his campsite, got to his campsite, got it all set up, and went, I have lost my Tinder and flinch. And he just went, I'm fucked. And he just called in.
Yeah.
Like, didn't try,
done.
did nothing. He just was like,
Well, you're not going to make it very long
No.
because
No.
it's cold.
yeah.
Right.
And you got
Like, if you got to rub
you
sticks.
got to boil your water. And,
Yeah,
you know,
if you're
Right.
rubbing sticks to start that fire, you're in. Because one dude tried it one year. He's like, I'm not bringing a Tinder and flint. I'm gonna make a bow saw.
Boy Scout style.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a bow saw and I'm gonna just do it that way. He tried and tried and tried, and he could never get that damn fire lit. And finally, he had to bail out too.
but Outlast is good because you go in as an individual and you're instantly put into a group. So you're just with these random people that you don't know and have to try to, and you have to survive as a group or you don't win.
You know what show I was so excited about and then turned out to be such a big disappointment to me in this same genre of shows?
What?
Survival.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh yeah, I don't like that one.
I was like, hell yeah. And then you're like, first of all, it's a lot of dudes. Secondly, they're going to blur out everything.
Of
And
course.
thirdly, they are so dirty and so nasty by
Yeah.
the time they're done. You're like, I don't want to look at these people even a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love that Bear Grylls show too.
Have you watched? So I just watched this one.
Okay.
It's like Bear Grylls hunts a celebrity.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
I've seen little clips of it. I've not
It's
watched.
so good. I liked that one.
What's it on? I'm interested.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure it's Netflix.
Cool.
It came out, I think, this year.
There used to be another survival show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Did you ever watch this? It's
No.
big in Britain for some reason. And they just take like a bunch of like D-list celebrities. So like downtown Julie Brown and like people of this ilk. And they just put them out kind of in the woods, not like deep into the woods, but just far enough in the woods that they're, as a celebrity, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they got to try to survive in this little campsite they set up for them, and they got to do challenges and whatever. And eventually, they just all just snap and are like, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here!" Yeah, I can't do this. I got an assistant, and I got a penthouse, and I don't need to be here. I don't need to be doing this. And they all kind of lose their mind every time. That was a fun one to watch. You're not there for the competition. You're just there for the breakdown when they finally lose their mind.
So
Go ahead.
Hulu has a new show called Escape or something like that. It's a reality show where celebrities are staying in this mansion and they have to escape, and they have these opportunities, and like every
open a window and
every
climb out the window.
second there's $1 or whatever amount being added to a pot. And
So the longer you stay, the more money there is.
right, but
It's a terrible escape room.
it won't doors and windows won't unlock except for certain times, and you have to open the door or window and run down the driveway to a gate that opens up and run out the gate in order to win the money.
Okay.
And so they never know when. Some people have
This is complicated.
time challenges where they know when the windows are going to be unlocked, and so others don't. So
Now, is the
they're
windows-
plotting to escape?
Is the windows and the gate, do they coincide?
Yes.
Or do they sometimes just open the windows and the gate doesn't open?
No, they coincide.
Okay.
But there's always people watching, so they're like all taking turns watching from the balcony, watching windows, other places, and they've got this buzzer in the middle of the house, and so if they see somebody trying to run for it,
Right.
they say, hit the button, and they go and they run and they try to hit this button, and that closes the gate.
Okay. Does it close it quick or is it a slow?
It's a little bit slow, but
if
so
you're-
there's a little bit of time. But if you're not hauling it down that driveway, and it's like
And these are celebrities?
it's like 100 yards probably to the gate,
Okay.
then
What kind of celebrities we talk about here? Who's on the show?
like Jake from Big Brother, and
That's not a celebrity.
there's what's her name?
Miranda Lambert.
Mama. I can't say her name. Marosa.
Omarosa?
Omarosa. That's it.
So it's just like
She's on
It's
there.
just like reality show star.
Yeah, some
Stars with air quotes around it.
yeah, some Housewife of Atlanta. There's
Yeah.
a couple of those. Yeah,
So not celebrities so much as people who have been on other
shows.
Reality.
Yeah.
shows. Reality show.
Yeah. So we're in
royalty.
we're in the middle of watching that right now.
Okay.
It's pretty fun.
All right, what did you have, Amanda?
I was just gonna say on the Bear Grylls like Hunt a Celebrity or whatever.
Right. That's just a great title.
Yeah.
So they do like challenges as a group or whatever, and it's supposed to teach them survival skills to help them survive. If they go, I think it's called the Bear Trap, where
Yeah.
like so many have to go in each week or however it works. And then you're in there for an hour and you either have to escape by one of these routes that
Right.
like there's a map and
Marry,
like,
fuck,
you
kill.
find the what?
Marry, fuck, kill. This is just marry,
Yeah.
fuck, kill, isn't it?
You either get out by one of the like escape
Routes.
options or whatever,
Yeah.
routes. Or you have to stay hidden so the bear doesn't find you in that hour.
And Bear Grylls is the bear.
Yeah.
Is he? He's not in a bear suit though, right?
No, he's just him.
Yeah, I've just seen them talking. I haven't actually seen the fun stuff of this.
Yeah.
That'd
It's really
be
good.
better if they dressed him like a bear.
That's so
I think it's just terrifying on its own. Like those
Right.
people are like shaking
Right.
when they know that he's near, and you're like, I guess I just run real fast.
It's Bear Grylls. He's not that big. Like,
No, but he's sneaky.
yeah, but I'd like if it was like I was being hunted by like The Rock. He's pretty big. if he catches me, I'm probably in trouble.
He's probably pretty fast.
Yeah, he's doing wind sprints at least.
I feel like he'll fall over pretty easy.
You think that's all show? All show, no go?
I think he's fast, but if you put him in the woods, I think he'd like get smacked in the face by a branch or,
He's
Is he top heavy?
I think he's easier to
he is
take
top
out.
heavy. He's got a lot of. If he trips, he's done. He's down.
Right?
He's down. He's not. He's like a weeble. But he's the opposite of a weeble.
Twist his ankle so fast.
Oh yeah. So I'd like the concept of hunting a celebrity. That's kind of. I'm down for that. We've talked about my favorite game show, which is the one that just locked you in a room and tortured you for forever. That show was so good. I don't know whatever happened to that show, but I like Alone is another one of those where you're really just competing against you. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like, and they have a bunch of people doing it at the same time because it's not very interesting to watch one dude.
But you don't know anything about the other.
That's it. You don't know what the other people are doing, so they could all be done, or they could be doing great and you're sucking, or you could be doing great and they're sucking, but you don't know. You just have yourself to compare it to.
Yeah.
And there's always those people on Alone that build like the best house. And you're like, these people are going to make it. They built a whole cabin. They're going to do great. And then they just punk out like.
I know. The next day they're like, but my family.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Every single time.
I miss my family.
Don't take the picture of your family with you. Mm-hmm. Whatever you do, don't take the picture of your family. Because that is what's going to get you every time.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Just forget about those people. They're dead to you. They all died in a bus crash as far as you're concerned. And then if you win, then you'll find them. And if you don't win, then they will remain dead.
Or the people that are just like, I think I need to be around other people.
Yeah. Amanda's like, I can win alone, no problem. If I could figure out how to hunt a bear, I'd be good to go. I don't need them people. I can just hang out in here in the woods. No one bothering me. This is nice.
I'll see you in like 48 days.
Yeah.
Her and her books.
Yeah, they had one guy make like instruments and stuff to keep. He like make it like a little guitar and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that dude was like trying to entertain himself, but inevitably they had one season where it was like two people. They would send two people out together, and they would go out together. And I thought, I was like, they're going to stay out there forever. They're going to stay out there a million years. And no, one dude's like out on the first day, like they're going down a hill, and one of them like whoop. Feet up in the air and smacks on his back, and he is done. Like he is not getting back up, and it is day one. Like they have just been dropped off, and they've been there like an hour and a half, and that dude goes tits up, and it is over. And you can see his partner just like, can I just go without him? Do we need to?
Can I keep going?
Can I? What is? Oh, we're done. Oh, okay. I guess we're done then, and off he goes. Just like, and they're not friends anymore.
No,
like those people hate each other now.
There was, I think, one season I watched where some guy drank water without boiling it on the first day, and the next day he's like, I gotta go home.
Yeah, just like you hear him all night, just like, oh my god, oh my god, I've done it terrible. Oh. Yeah. A lot of them get food poisoning or like bacteria poisoning because they just do dumb shit.
Yeah, and they're always like, I know I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, this fish, I think this fish is fine. I found it on the side of the lake. It's probably fine to eat.
It only smells a little gross.
Yeah, and then they cook it up and they eat it, and they're like, oh, I don't feel so good. Or the other one they do, which just drives me batshit insane, is they set their house on fire.
Yeah,
and that happens like every season. One of them will just set their whole like teepee, tent, cave, whatever on fire, and it just burns. It's not like a little on fire. It is like a massive wildfire going on around them. And they're always like, oh, I hear something out there. It could be wolves. It could be a bear. It could be this. It could be that. And it's always like a badger or a rabbit or something like that. But they always try to make it sound like way. The other thing with that show is they have to film it themselves.
Yeah.
And so there's all these shots of them like walking out into the distance to, go look for water or whatever. But then they gotta hike their ass all the way back.
And get that camera.
And pick up that camera and the rest of the bullshit and pack it back up and then hike back again to where they were going. And then they have to go forward and set up another camera, then hike back into the woods, and then come out like, oh, God, we just made it here. And so it's like 5 times the amount of walking to do this show. But they have to get all these shots because they're like trained like ahead of time. You have to do all these shots. And then you have like all this camera equipment they got to lug around. And it's a lot. That shows.
Have you watched Alone Australia?
I have not.
It's pretty good.
All right, I'm in. I'll get in a mood and I'll binge like a whole, like every day I'll be watching one of those episodes and I'll be in it. But then when I get to the end, I need a break. Like I gotta take a little time for myself and get reacclimated to society.
No, not me. I'm like, where's the next one?
And
I
inevitably,
need another one.
Inevitably, it'll be like the middle of winter that I'm watching the show too. So they're freezing and I'm cold, and like it just makes it worse for me. You know, that's like Day After Tomorrow. You know the movie Day After Tomorrow, where the whole world freezes over.
Yeah.
I will always watch that in the middle of winter for some reason, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna happen. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like this house, I'm not gonna survive in this house. I'm gonna have to find a different house, and I'm gonna have to. I love a good disaster movie. That's like a big epic disaster movie. I'm in every time. You'll trick me every single time. The moon is gonna crash into Earth. Sure, I'll watch that. That can't happen, but sure, I'll watch this.
Tidal waves.
Yeah, the one with the rock where they had the earthquakes, and then San Francisco floods, and rides in on a boat, and that movie's terrible, just terrible. But I'm gonna watch it because it's a disaster movie, and I'm in.
Yeah.
The what's the one where they built the 4 arcs, and like all the people had to get to John Cusack was 2012, I think was the name of that movie. John Cusack's in that one. That's another one. That's not a very good movie, but I'll watch it again if it comes on TV.
Anything end of the earth?
End of the earth. Yeah, if it's end of the world, end of the earth, or even just like Geostorm. You ever see the movie Geostorm? That one's also not very good.
I like those type of movies.
The one where they stopped the rotation of the core of the earth, and then they had to drill down into the center of the earth in their homemade specialty little submarine thingy. Just every bit about these movies is so far-fetched and so unbelievable, and I am hooked, line, and sinker every single time. Like, oh, sure, that could happen. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely, I see how this all came to be. I'm in. Sharknado? Sure. You got to watch out for them sharks. If a tornado picked one up and whipped it at me, I wouldn't know what to do. Sharknado.
It's raining sharks.
Every time, dude, I'm just a sucker for those movies. I don't know why. Now, I don't like cruise ship tips over movie. Poseidon.
Something you've actually
like
done.
Titanic.
Like Titanic or Poseidon's Adventure, I think is that one. Any of those movies, because you did that to yourself. I'm not being responsible for you. I don't care about you people. You're dumb. You flipped the boat over. That's on you. Titanic, you hit an iceberg. That's on you. Leonardo DiCaprio, you could sink as far as I'm concerned.
He did.
I know there's plenty of room on that door with what's her name, but she ain't gonna let you on there. She's gonna let you sink.
I like that you said her name, and then you're like, oh,
I wasn't 100%.
I got to be a man.
No, I wasn't 100% sure Rose was correct. Because as soon as I said Rose, I thought Doctor Who, and then I wasn't sure if I was right or not.
Rose, I mean, whoever.
Yeah,
whoever
Rose.
that.
Yeah, I'll gay check myself. I'll do it. No, I was pretty sure her name was Rose, but again, as soon as I said Rose, I thought Doctor Who, and I was like, I may be wrong here. I don't know Leo DiCaprio's guys. I don't know his name.
Jack.
Oh, good job.
Gay check.
I didn't have that in my head.
Bubby failed. But yeah, no, that movie, I don't have any sympathy for any of those people. You brought well, first of all, it's historical, so we already knew it was coming. It's not like it's a surprise when we get to the end and then oops, the boat tipped over, broke in half, because you knew that was coming. Yeah. But I don't care for any of those. But I do like a good natural disaster, aliens invade, crazy far-fetched crap happens.
Sky's falling. Skyfall.
That's not it. What's the alien one?
Mars Attack.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of.
Right? Is that what it's called? Mars Attack?
That is Mars Attacks, but that is not the one I was thinking of. Fire in the Sky, Bubby. Did you ever see Fire in the Sky?
I don't think so.
That one messed me up as a kid. That and Jacob's Ladder both messed me up like the same year. Kids don't watch those movies. They're scary. Actually, they're probably not that scary anymore. Now that you go back in time and watch it, you're like, oh, this movie's not. Like, what was the one with the aliens and Tom Cruise? Not War of the Worlds, but the other one. Was it Tom Cruise? The one where they had to wear tinfoil hats. That might have been the other guy.
Signs. Mel Gibson.
Yeah. That movie at the time seemed scary, but if you watch it now, you're like, this movie isn't even scary a little bit. I don't know what was happening that I thought this movie was scary back in the day. This movie is kind of dumb.
You're desensitized.
And doesn't make any sense. No, I just, now that you think about it, you're like, this movie doesn't make any sense. Why did these aliens come to a planet that they're allergic to? Like, water is acid? What? So, anyway, that's mine. Bubby, what'd you do this weekend?
I was busy.
Yeah? What'd you do? That was it. I was busy.
Friday night, I ran sound for a friend whose band was celebrating his wife's doctorate. She became a doctor.
Kind of like
education.
Not like a doctor.
No, she can now be
Honorary doctor.
It's
Superintendent.
not honorary.
Oh. It's not.
It's still a doctorate degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
To be a
like a doctor, like
medical doctor.
Medical doctor. He's going to look down at these people.
Probably.
So, but she's an education doctor.
Yeah, she can be like a superintendent now and a principal and all the administration.
I feel like there's something you could be doing better than that.
Well, compared to just teacher's aide.
Oh yeah, that's a big step from teacher's aide. But,
Yeah. So
what's the name of the band? Give a shout out to the band, Bubby.
Susha Rosa.
Nope. Say it again.
Susha Rosa.
Susha.
Susha.
That's not a word.
Yeah. SUCIA.
What's it mean?
I don't know.
You ran sound for him. You're their sound guy, Bubby.
I don't know what it means.
Fair enough. So you ran sound.
Yeah, that was Friday night at some barbecue place. It was crowded.
Open bar.
No.
Oh.
We had cake.
Cash bar.
Sure, if you bought
That's
what
how
you
cash,
wanted.
that's how a cash bar works.
I
Bobby.
mean, there was like no bar outside. It was inside, but
Okay, but you could have a drink
yeah,
at this establishment.
yeah, and it's apparently a hangout for fraternities of jury because they're having a reunion.
That's a rowdy crowd right there.
They were actually.
Were they really?
Yeah, a bunch of old men drinking.
Old men.
Reunion. Like I said.
Reunion. Okay.
Reunion could be last year.
Yeah. So anyway,
No, these were
okay, old men drinking.
It was more like a 20 than a 5.
And so I posted a picture of my friend and his band and under this little hut thing playing
Oh, we got some things we got to get to.
their band.
Okay.
And then my other picture I posted was Saturday was Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
And
Was it?
It was. And
Did your horse win?
Straight up missed the Kentucky Derby this year, I guess, kids.
my horse was in the lead at one point, and right before finish was like 9 lengths behind.
What's your horse's name?
It was
Number 5.
Frank.
no, it was
Big Chewy.
I can't think of who I picked now. It
Doug the horse.
was Omar
Sharif.
something.
Okay.
Ended up not winning, but was in the lead at one point,
Okay.
which wasn't bad for 39 to 1 odds.
Did you have money on this?
No,
Oh,
we were just betting to see who came in first. But
funsies.
my wife did kind of win.
Got
And
$1,000.
the no, it's a glass. It's a Kentucky Derby glass. Has the 151st Kentucky Derby on it.
Burger King?
It's pretty cool. I don't know where it came from. She bought it. I mean, the host
I see.
at the party.
So it's a giveaway, a prize.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, that's exciting.
that was fun. And then yesterday was church and working in my yard.
Yep, that'll happen.
Just busy weekend.
All right, we got an email. I'm so excited when we get emails. This is from. I'll think this will become obvious pretty quickly, so I'll just say this is from Jane, friend of the podcast, Jane. I do have other news and a homework assignment that we have, Bubby, that we will get to here in a moment. It's from our friend Jane, who says, "Friends, you're not going to believe this."
I believe it.
Bubby believes it. My lovely husband Todd and I were at the little bar and grill down by our house, and this is a little bar and grill. It's not very big down there, by the way.
Right.
Having dinner and watching hockey last night when I saw a guy who looked familiar. I thought to myself, wow, that guy sure looks like Peter. That's a friend of the podcast, Carol's husband, Peter, famous magician, Peter Gossamer. We could say his last name because he's famous.
Infamous.
Infamous in many states. So I got up and go to the restroom so I could be sneaky and get a good look at him. And the woman next to him, lo and behold, it was Peter and Carol, friend of the podcast, Carol. I'd forgotten that they had a condo down here. So they had a condo. I'm going to tell their little story here real quick. She's going to give more details when she eventually comes on the podcast here. They had a condo that just burned to the ground. And it's been like 3 years rebuilding that thing.
Long time, yeah.
But they're getting close. They're shopping for furniture now. It's supposed to be
Okay.
getting done, and they're going to be reopening that thing up here before too long. She's got a whole story about this thing that we'll save for when they show up. Called Todd over, and we had hugs and caught up with each other for a few minutes. Carol may be sending you a picture, which I have, and which I will post on the Facebook group. Amanda has seen it. She was also there. Needed a photo. Todd has known Carol maybe longer than any of us, even Peter, because they worked together in Branson over 20 years ago. Okay, now the part of the reason I wanted to read this was the first time I saw Carol, I didn't know Carol.
Yeah.
There used to be a show in Branson called Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
Have we talked about this?
Not on the show.
Okay, the microphone.
No.
Okay, it's like I'm not doing this anymore. I'm ready to go home.
Nope.
Anyway, this show was my favorite show in Branson. It was a ridiculous mashup of people who were in the Guinness Book of World Records doing dumb things. We'll talk about it more when she comes on the podcast. But she was in that show unbeknownst to me. And I was one of the few people who saw that show. And
Nice.
and that is our early connection. Anyway, he knew their friends, the blah, blah, blah. But Peter said it's like old home week. Anyway, thought you guys would really enjoy this heartwarming little story. It's a small world. You never know when you're going to run into someone out there. Hope you're all doing well. Love, Jane. So thanks to Jane. We have a new friend of the podcast
Yeah.
who signed up on the Patreon several weeks ago, and I did not see that email come through, and he's been a little fussy because I did not mention his name the last couple episodes. But he has sent us some homework to do because I promised that we would read one thing for him for free because I forgot that I didn't look to see.
So he's a sponsor?
He is not a sponsor.
Oh.
But I said I will read.
I see. I'm with you now.
So I said I would read one small thing that you send me. He then goes to ChatGPT and has it generate an entire 1 hour podcast of just me and Bubby talking, and it's a whole script. And I said, we're not going to do it this week, but starting next week, I said I will read one line from it every week. And
I don't like this person. I got left out. I don't like this person.
I'll be honest with
you.
I'll be honest with you. Once I tell you who it is, you're going to stand by that statement. And I will shout him out here in just a minute because we're going to wrap this thing up. If you did enjoy the podcast, you can check us out on itsallfishandchips.com or
I have a thing.
Do it.
Okay. I have worked very hard and I put together some bingo cards.
Oh.
Actual bingo cards. And if you email me
At
itsallfishandchips@gmail.com, I will send you, before the 100th episode comes out, a bingo card.
virtual
Bingo card to play with along with that episode.
with the 100th episode.
And as many times as you want, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you can just use it all the time. I will send you what I have of the partial drinking card, the bingo card that I had filled out
Okay.
previous to that point. So if you want
I
to
re-listened to all the episodes in a week to document all the things that we ever said could be bingos. And
you've
all
listened
the
to
things
you
that
went
I
back and
thought-
listened to 94 episodes.
Yeah. Well, 93. This is 94.
This is 94. Well, you listened to this one too, I'm assuming. So that is some commitment right there, Amanda. I'm going to give you 17 podcast points
Oh, thank you.
for all that effort.
Well, we keep talking up exciting things and we rarely do them. So
Correct.
I wanted to make this one happen for
all
the
right.
100th.
So if you have anything you want to add to the bingo card, write us at itsallfishandchips@gmail.com. Amanda will get those emails and she will vet your answers, and they will the best of the best will make it onto the bingo card.
And then they're unique bingo cards, like not all, but there's different variations. So not everybody has the same thing. So if you want one, you have to email me that you want one and I'll send it to you.
Okay, so we will have more than just the standard bingo card full of squares.
Some people will have things and other people will have other things.
Okay, so check us out there. That's I feel like the pressure's on now.
Yeah.
Because Amanda has promised we're going to do something for the 100th episode.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, Bubby, you're going to have to think of something, and I'm going to have to think of something now, and we're going to have to enact it by the 100th episode. I'll give you till next week to tell me what your thing is. Okay? You can think about it. Pressure's on, though. Me and you both.
All right.
All right. If you'd like to check out all the pictures and the things we talk about, you can check it out on Facebook. Facebook group is It's All Fish and Chips. Facebook page is It's All fish and chips, and it gets you to both. So check us out there. If you'd like to check us out on YouTube as well, the videos are posted there every week. If you'd like to help out with the podcast and become a friend of the podcast, just like Carol and Anthony and Ed and KK and Sarah and Jordan and Ryan. That is our newest friend of the podcast, Ryan, who also sent the hour-long. If one day Amanda's not here and it's just me and you, Bubby, we might just do it. We might just read the thing. Just like a story time. It's a little insane. I read like the first bit of it, and it's a bit insane. So look forward to that. We'll be doing it one line a week until I get bored with that.
I'm so sad.
Why? Oh, because you
forgot about me.
I don't think he forgot about you.
He just doesn't like me.
Well, there's that. Ryan, this is a hole you dug, and I'm gonna let you undig it. So I think that's everything. Oh, if you want to sponsor the podcast, and
oh, I know. Because I watched The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to read.
Oh,
World,
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
I can see. Ryan seems like the kind of person who's going to buy in heavy to The Handmaid's Tale. So this works out. I see the math. If you'd like to sponsor the episode, check it out on Patreon. You can do that as well. And we're happy to read your shenanigans there. Having said all of that, my name's Thor.
Bubby.
Amanda.
And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips.
Go have a margarita on me.
Get on Bubby.
On Bubby.
Send the bill to itsallfishandchips@gmail.com, and Bubby will send you
Nothing.
some money or the cash equivalent in those little green stamps you used to get in the books. Still got a bunch of those.
Green stamps. That's what they were called.
Yeah, the little green stamps in the books.
That's what they're called. Green stamps, not little green stamps.
They're little green stamps in a book.
Green
I got
stamps.
it. Gotcha. All right, we'll see you folks later.